Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And today I am doing the Will and Grace book tag. Which one am I more like, Will or Grace? It's so funny because I am right now reading the book Openly Straight. I'm listening to it on Audible. And last night, somebody, like one of the characters said, are you more like Will or are you more like Jack? And then he responds and he goes, whichever makes you happy. And that's kind of been my whole life. Like people are always like, oh, you're more Will or oh, you're more Jack. And it's so interesting because it says really more about the person saying it than it does about me, I think. So a little unknown fact, I really find myself to be a lot more like Karen. I am not a huge Will and Grace fan, honestly, but my mother loved the show before she passed away. And I think she watched like every episode. I'm more of a Roseanne fan, so to speak. And I find myself to be very much like Roseanne. So if there's ever a Roseanne book tag out there, you'll know who I am. But Jashana C did the original Will and Grace book tag theatrics. And I think she just actually posted it today because she tagged me in it and I didn't know what video to do. So I was like, well, screw it. I'm going to do the Will and Grace book tag. So I'm really excited about this and I love original book tags. I mean, all book tags have to be original at some point, don't they? So yeah, I love being tagged in original book tags. Okay, so here are the questions. Are you ready? And I am totally not prepared for this at all. I watched like a little bit of a video and I was like, here's the thing. When I do tag videos, I don't like to like know the questions because I kind of like my mind to like work on, you know what I mean? It's very much like the question game to me. Like I want to go into it and be like, I don't know. So anyway, so I've only read the first question. I already know what I'm going to say. Honey, what's this? What's happening? A book that confused you throughout or left you confused, confounded at the end. Okay. That book is very, very easy for me, and that is E. Lockhart's We Were Liars. I was confused through the entire book, and then at the end of the book, I felt very cheated. And I know John Green thinks this is the most fantastic book under the sun, and so many people love this book, and hey, have at it, okay? If you liked it, have at it. But I was just like so worn out with that book. I felt like I dedicated all of this time to that book. I thought it was very well written. I think she's an incredible writer. Like I can't say that about Ruth Ware. Oh, that Ruth Ware has a new book out, My Lord, Kill a Beast. But anyway, but like, I felt so cheated at the end of the book, and everybody was like, oh no, that was why the book was so fantastic. No, it was a cheat. It was like introducing a character in the last page and the whole book's about them. It's totally a cheat. Number 2, in this house, a queen always beats a straight. Your favorite LGBT plus character. Oh God, that's so good, since I was just talking about this. Oh shoot. I mean, I have read so many LGBT books. I don't even know which one to say. Well, I'm gonna say this and just leave this at this. Ramona Blue. And that's all I'll say. But I do think that she fits in the LGBTQ situation. So go read Ramona Blue by Julie Murphy. Now, I have to tell you, like, I mean, I did a whole, if you guys want to go look at it, I will try to find it and link it below, but I did a whole LGBTQ A to Z. Like, I love Sean David Hutchinson books. Russell Middlebrook of Brent Hardinger. He's my all-time favorite LGBT character. Absolutely, absolutely love him. And he is part of the Geography Club series or the Russell Middlebrook series. He's my favorite LGBT character, I think, of all time. So, but Ramona Blue would be a close second. Okay, let's see the next question. Number 3, these are all quotes from the show. Number 3, my right is here. It looks like a huff. I think I'll leave in it. Most aggravating friend or relationship fallout in a book. God, that's really hard because there are so many of them, right? I feel like I just read something recently where I was really upset about a friendship fallout. What was it? Do you guys know? Can you tell me? Oh my God, could you know what it is? Here, I'll just go through here and see which books it was. Well, like in Six of Crows, Inesh and like Kaz, like I don't like their back and forth. That like 1 second they're kind of like flirting and the next second they kind of like that falling out. Like it made me uncomfortable kind of to read. So I would say that. Okay, let's see. I am so like out of the loop here with all of this. Let's see. I'm trying to get back into, okay, the questions. Okay. Number 4, I'm not good or real. I'm evil and imaginary. Favorite, most memorable villain. Oh my God, of all time. shoot. Well, I really liked the character. These are all like books I've read in the last year because like of life, I don't know who I would say, you know, like, I mean, I've read so many phenomenal like villains in my life or bad people or evil people. I mean, like, can we just talk about the whole VC Andrews whole, I mean, my sweet Audrina, that child is just evil straight from the pit of hell, right? But let's see, whatever. And I read so many like horror novels. So like the zombies and, you know, like several different books that I've read. Or what else would I say? But like in Cinder, the Lunar Queen. Oh my God. Like she was so good, wasn't she? Okay. Number 5, you better watch it, lady, or next time you take a bath, I'll be rub-a-dub-dub. I dropped a blender in the tub. That has to be a Jack quote. Favorite, most memorable thriller. Oh, well, since I was just talking about that, Endless Night by Richard Lehman. And I've recommended it to a lot of people. There's another one that he has. It's called like Darkness Come Out or Oh Darkness something. And it's about a librarian in this small town. And that is fantastic. That would be like the best October read ever. But any of Richard Lehman's books are my favorite thrillers. He is so good. He passed away years ago. But you guys, he has left, you know, 20 or 30 books behind him that are just all of them scary, all of them fantastic. And a very kind of like bizarre, like he almost gets like, if you don't get into this, like I wouldn't say like gratuitous sexuality, but like he does get kind of sexual in some of his books. But like when you're reading them, you're at the same time like, okay, but like it's like truth, it's raw, it's genuine, like how he's writing it, of how the character would really think. So, okay. Number 6, Karen once told me that Christmas celebrates the birth of our Lord Cartier. Favorite Christmas or holiday book? Oh, that's so good. I mean, all of these are so good. Well, I loved My True Love Gave to Me, the anthology edited by Stephanie Myers. And in there, or Stephanie Perkins, and in there, I have to tell you, Stephanie Perkins' story is probably my favorite. So, and I did not like the follow-up to it in Summer Days and Summer Nights, which I only have 100 pages left of. But My True Love Gave to Me, I think is such a great holiday anthology because it like talks about all different, oh my God, there's so many fantastic stories in there. The Rainbow Row one is, about the New Year's Eve party. That one is so fantastic. There's so many good ones in there. Okay, number 7. Oh, honey, I would, but I don't want to. Book you just don't want to read, ever. That's really hard. Well, the rest of the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I mean, I didn't hate the first book, but I didn't love it, and I have no desire to read the rest of them. So, and I know people love them, so whatever. Number 8, Grace, go to bed. You've obviously had a very busy day of crazy. Craziest character or book? Craziest character or book? Tyler Durden from Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. Love that character so much. I mean, anyway. I mean, fantastic. We read that together as like a group buddy reads last year. Do y'all remember that? I was going to read all of his books, but we read one instead. Okay. Number 9, heard that. I am metaphorically curled up in the fetal position and you continue to kick me about the ear, nose, and throat. A book that kept hurting you. God, a book that kept hurting me. I mean, A Fault in Our Stars by John Green, because every single time, come on, PB. Every single time that I would like get to a part that I thought like we were past that, like it got like super, super emotional again. So I was kind of like let down, whatever. I will tell you openly straight that I'm reading right now is doing that to me. I feel like it's putting me a little bit through like an emotional turmoil, which I don't dislike in a book. I like that, you know? Okay, let's see. 10, I don't care if he's rich or poor, fat or thin, as long as he's rich and thin. Most materialistic or shallow character. God, what was her name? It was the daughter of Lucky Santangelo's best friend in a Jackie Collins novel. What is that daughter's name? That then she was in another book. I can't remember what that was. Anyway, I mean, some character, you know, in a Jackie Collins novel. I don't really feel like the one girl that was in, what was that book called by Goldie Madovsky? I'm with the band or whatever. Like, no, that was the memoirs, the groupie memoirs back in the day by Pamela DeBar. But there was one like really materialistic character in that. I don't know, like I don't love books that have those kind of characters unless there's a purpose for them. So I don't know. I can't really think. Okay. Number 11, that's a lucky flesh-eating virus that gets her. A sexiest, most attractive character, Lucky Santangelo, in the Jackie Collins novels, starting with Chances and Lucky going forward. I will never forget reading that book for the very first time. and I do not mean this in any kind of gender fluidity way, but hey, if you want to put that on me, I will take it as a compliment. But I will never forget the very first time that Lenny, this comedian in the novel, is in this pool in Las Vegas, and Lucky Santangelo is like walking across the pool, and she's got this jet black hair that's swinging from side to side, and he like describes it that way, and I was like, I want to be Lucky Santangelo, because she just exuded confidence, which I think is so sexy, and I lack so much of. So, I don't know, there's just something so sexy about confidence, isn't there? Let's see, number 12. I cost a little more, but I'm worth it. A book or author you consider spending budgeted gas, food, or money on. Well, I will tell you this, okay? I had no credits left, and Dan Brown's new book, Origin, is coming out on Audible on October 1st. I think it comes out like all over October 1st. And I spent good money, baby, on paying on that because I wanted to reserve my copy. Not like there's not like limitless amounts of copies on Audible. I should have just waited, right? But I think I paid $20 because I was so excited about it. And that's so corny, isn't it? You would think it'd be like some great piece of literary fiction that I would like spend money on. Oh no, ma'am, not me. I was in Half Price Books the other day and they had this gorgeous copy of Paper Towns by John Green. And it was like blue, and when you like opened it, like the steps fell down of the city, and then it like fit into this box. And it was like 1982 or something. Weird price, right? But I was like, I'm not spending $20 on that, but I'll spend like $20 on an Audible book. Crazy. Number 13, you say potato, I say vodka. Favorite lush alcoholic character? Well, I mean, as a person in recovery, as a sober alcoholic and addict that's been sober for 22 and a half years, I've read so many alcoholic memoirs. I would have to say Augustine Burroughs in Dry. I love that memoir so much. And also the woman who wrote Blackout, Remembering the Things I Drank to Forget. I read that last year. Phenomenal. Two of the best memoirs I've ever read. Other than that, I don't love reading about lush characters. I don't think it's cute in books unless it serves a purpose. So, very rarely do I think it does. Number 14, he's a smarty pants, Will. He uses big words like particularly and delicatessen. Book that came off as pretentious, condescending to you. This is Where It Ends by Mary Kay Nigchomp. I won't say anything more about it because I've said enough about it in the past. 15, Grace, that blouse hurts like a hangover. Worst book hangover. You know, I was talking to my friend Tanya this the other day, and she was like, I have such a bad book hangover, and I don't even know that I really know what that means. Does that mean like you read a book and it was so fantastic you like didn't want to go on to the next one, or you couldn't find something that was that good? I would say Dumpling by Julie Murphy. Like that book just like blew me away. Blew me and don't blow me. But the other one I would say is when I listened to these on Audible back to back, the first two books of the Rhiannon Frater series, As the World Dies, and it's a zombie series. They are so fantastic. There's 3 in the series. She actually wrote it as one long novel and then split it into 3 different novels. But I have the third one I think it's called Siege, but I don't want to finish it because when I finish it, like the whole series is over. Do you guys ever do that? And I'm like, I've been putting it off, and I was like, well, I guess maybe I'll listen to it in October for Halloween, but like I haven't finished the series, and it's been over a year now because I'm so like, I don't want it to end because I love the characters so much. So if you like zombie books or whatever, As the World Ends by Rhiannon Frater, and she is on Twitter. She tweets constantly. She is very approachable, and she also runs a podcast, I think, for iZombie and The Walking Dead. Okay. 16, have you lost your mind as well as your looks? I ain't babysitting. Worst kid in a book. Nellie Olson in the Little House on the Prairie series. I love Nellie. Was she even in those series? I don't know, but I read those books back in the day. I can't even remember. My favorite was The Long Winter. Nellie was in those books. I'm almost positive she was. Okay. Somebody below will say no, she wasn't in any of them. I'm almost positive she was. Now I'm getting so confused with the TV shows. This is what happens when you get old. I got my glasses on. I can't do math. Number 17, the only other person I've apologized to is my mother, and that was court ordered. Worst mom-daughter or parent-child relationship in a book. Okay, Meredith Rousseau's If I Were Your Girl. I did not love the relationship between the main character and her mother, or the main character and their father. It kind of redeemed itself by the end. I thought it was very honest. I thought it was very genuine, but because that's not my experience in life, it made me uncomfortable to read. And that was good. And I think that that was purposeful. It needed to happen that way because I think that that experience that was discussed is really probably the norm. And if you haven't read Meredith Rousseau's If I Was Your Girl, I mean, it is whoo, so profound for a young adult, you know, trans fiction book. It is phenomenal. I loved it. Okay. And number 18, honey, I don't produce theater, I am theater. Most vivacious theatrical character. Well, of course, Tiny from Will Grayson. Is he from that? Or he's also got Tiny Dancer, his own book. And but anyway, is that his name? I think his name is Tiny because he's like the big guy. Isn't that the book? Will Grayson? Yeah, Tiny, and he's so, I love him so much. So, by John Green and David Levithan. Who love David Levithan, so sexy. So anyway, that is my book tag. I am going to tag Dylan the Reader 5 if he hasn't already been tagged. And I'm also going to tag, who else would I think watch Will and Grace? I don't know who I think probably watches. Naya Smiles. I'm going to tag Naya Smiles too. And I think that's it. So I love you guys and I will see you tomorrow. Tag me in some original tag videos and I will do it because I love doing tag videos. Talk to you later. Bye.